Okay, we're gonna get right into it and just start talking about bead locks and RTR rims and all kinds of tire and wheel related stuff today. Um, Most people, well, not most people. I mean, I guess anybody who gets a Traxxas TRX4 Sport, or I want to say these came on a couple of different Traxxas models, but you've probably seen this 1.9 Canyon Trail. It's a pretty common tire. It's a good tire. I really like the tires. I just don't like the glued on wheels. I just don't. I'm not a fan of glued wheels. I go through way too much water. It's not for me. What I usually end up doing right out of the box is I'll take some good old fashioned flex shot and I'll plug that hole up, that little vent hole. It's on both sides. I'll plug that up first thing I do out of the box with RTR wheels and tires, because I'm not gonna stay out of the water. It's just not gonna happen. I mean, these ones were more of a pain than these ones. These ones, honestly, they kept the water out for a good while, but these ones, I don't know if the glue just didn't seat on there right, but even sealing up the vent holes, these things took on water on a regular basis, and I ended up trying to reseal it with some glue that did not work good. Ended up looking pretty nasty, and I mean, they still work. They vent air now. I don't want them to vent air, so I may need to work on these a little bit. But yeah, RTR rims that are glued on like that, at least from Traxxas, not fit for water. Just try it. If you can, just stay out of the water with these, because you're gonna regret it. You're gonna tear up the foams. You're not gonna be happy with it afterwards. First thing I would do, if you're planning on going in the water and you're on a budget, I would go with something like this. Okay, because these rims right here, I want to say these are axials, and it's an outer ring bead lock. I want to say they're like $20 for a set of two. I mean, that's really the cheapest option, because then you have a sealed bead lock. You can go in all the water you want. Now, these tires, I can't speak for these tires. These were like some cheap Amazon tires. I mean, they wore down over time, but they still work. They do their job. But I mean, as far as budget goes, that's probably going to be your cheapest option if you're wanting to go into some serious deep water and stuff like that, and not worry about tearing up your foams and things like that. What's next here? Okay, so this is an RTR rim that is a bead lock, and this was on the Gladiator, and I haven't had any trouble with this. This has kept the water out pretty good. Now, here's the thing: don't take your truck right out of the box and go dunk it in the water. Okay, that's just not smart. Don't do that. When I get my trucks, the first thing I do, I take them apart. I put marine grease and everything. I take the wheels apart. I got a tire that's not seated. I take the wheels apart, and that little vent hole, I take a piece of tape and wrap around that vent hole. Sometimes I use electrical tape, probably works the best in my opinion, but I mean, you can use duct tape, you can use whatever you want to get that to seal up. You can use the good old flex shot. That stuff has saved quite a few sets of tires for me. And that's really how you keep the water out. But on these bead locks, I did the same thing as this. I took the wheel apart, put some tape around that vent hole, beaded it back up, and it's good. I mean, you can go fully submerged underwater. It doesn't suck anything up. The downside with running a fully sealed tire, you have to worry about flat spots. I keep all my trucks elevated with a piece of tape or a box or another set of wheels. I do something to keep the wheels off the ground, because if you let that wheel sit for too long, it will stay like that, and you don't want that. So I keep all my wheels and tires elevated, keep from getting flat spots and whatnot. Another good cheap Amazon deal here. These outer ring bead locks. Outer ring bead locks, I guess, are cheaper to make or manufacture. I'm not sure. It's my opinion that I've found online. These type of outer ring bead locks, there's nothing wrong with them. I mean, they work. They do what they're supposed to do. They're not necessarily scale, but I think they look fine. They look good enough to go in the mud. Especially these tires. I want to say these are some Amazon tires also, which compared to these are RC four-wheel drive tires. They're pretty much identical. I mean, not in size, obviously, but as far as the tread pattern, these have been cut for some serious deep mud thrashing, but the pattern at one point did match almost identically. So that's a pretty good deal if get your tires off Amazon, because I mean that's just going to save you a bunch of money. Now another RTR bead lock. These I can't remember the brand of rim this is. This is off the stock Night Runner, the General Grabbers. I love this little tire. It's a tiny tire. It's a 155, but I mean I love it. It's great. I didn't have to tape it. It comes sealed just like that. And it was really just a good little tire. I really can't complain about it. Yes, you're not going to get through some like really deep mud because they're all-terrains. I mean, they're not going to really dig into the mud all that good. But it's a super scale tire that performs as good as a super scale tire can, in my opinion. That's a really good little tire. I already did that one. Another RTR rim. These are the rims off the Bomber. Same thing as I did with the Axial RTRs. Is I took the rim apart, I taped that little vent hole up, and then bolted it back up. And no ventilation or anything like that. You can go in the deep water and whatnot. Good strategy if you're going in deep water and stuff. Now, if you're like a true dry rock crawling type, just leave it alone. You know, it'll be fine. You know, if you're not really worried about going in the water and stuff like that. I mean, you should vent your foams if you're wanting the maximum performance out of your tire and stuff like that. But I do lots of water, lots of mud, and I don't want to eat my foams up doing all that. So another rim, I just got this rim not that long ago. These are RC four-wheel drive deep dishes on some RTR Nitto trail grapplers. This is the Gladiators RTR tires, and they fit right in there perfectly. I like that. It is a deep dish wheel. This is not how it actually is supposed to go together. I actually flipped this over because I didn't like the offset. The offset was, I mean, obviously, why'd you buy deep dish rims if you didn't like the offset? Well, I didn't think it was going to be that much of an offset, so I had to figure out something. And I just flipped this little hex nut adapter over to the other side, bolted up just fine. You can't really tell too much of a difference. You can see just a little lip, but no one's really gonna see that. I mean, how would they know? How would they know? Yeah, I love these little wheel and tire combos. This is fully sealed. I didn't have to tape anything. You just bolt it together and it's sealed. So good for deep water, good for mud and everything. Same thing with these. These are SSD bead locks, and same situation. Didn't have to tape anything. I just bolted them together. Both these style of rims gonna be a little more on the expensive side. I can't even remember how much I paid for these SSDs. I want to say I just bought these for, I think, around 70 bucks. Pretty high as far as rims go. I mean, I know they get way higher up there, but for me, that's probably the most expensive set of rims I've bought so far. But these SSDs, I want to say these were about 50 bucks for a set of 4. And yeah, good purchase. Totally good purchase. These are RC four-wheel drive IROCs. Good tire, good scale look to it, good performance, good all-around tire. I mean, it's just, I haven't really had anything to complain about it. It's a really sturdy tire and everything. Yeah, all these bead locks keep out water just fine with either a small amount of modification or no amount of modification. Your RTR stuff that is glued, okay, just either take the time to do that tape situation or flex shot in the holes, before you go in the water, because if you take this into the water, you're gonna tear your stuff up. I can just about promise you that. These foams, once they start to get water in there and that water sits in there for too long, they're gonna get lumpy and nasty and just not look right. You're gonna be going down the road and it's gonna be wobbling and have flat spots and all kinds of stuff. So try and stay out of that. I need to get another set of rims at some point for these. These are Mickey Thompson Baja Claws from RC 4-wheel drive. Another really good tire. I just don't have another set of bead locks to put on here just yet. So I've been just kind of flopping tires and wheels around to see what combination I like the best. Honestly, my favorite above all tire is the RTR Nitto Trail Grapplers. It's a heavy tire and it's a heavy foam inside of there. Like, it's a pretty good little, I mean, as far as an RTR tire goes, this is my favorite. Absolutely. This combined with the heavier rim set and everything, great performance upgrade. I would do that again and again on that one. That's, oh, yep. And then let's look here at these. These are Yeah Racing 2.2s. I didn't want to take all the bolts apart and everything, but this is another really, really good setup here. Heavy, super heavy, good performance. I like it. Works good for the Bomber. Bomber's been rode hard and put up wet pretty much its whole life. This is just another little add-on that really, really wakes up the performance. So, it's gonna be a pretty long video, isn't it? I don't really have anything to work on today. We're just gonna go tear some stuff up and see if anything breaks or not. I got a couple of shorts on the way on how to get water out of your tires if you've already made the mistake of getting some RTRs wet without plugging that hole. And that'll be out here in just a little bit once they're done drying off. So we'll see what we can make happen with that. If you haven't already, like and subscribe. If you like the complete nonsense and rambling that I do on a regular basis in front of my workbench, let me know, and I'll keep pumping it out, because I can do that all day long, thinking about all the stuff I need to work on or try something new or whatnot. So let's maybe we'll do a live stream or something at some point. I don't know. We'll get around to it. We're still chipping away at this channel, trying to make it into something cool. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Catch you on the next one.